Welcome to Website Builder Expert. Are you here because you've heard recently that it's possible to develop an app without any coding experience whatsoever?
Yes.
Well, I'm here today to show you how. In this video, I'll be teaching you Vibe Coding 101, meaning I'll be breaking down and walking you through how you can use vibe coding to bring your app idea to life. And if you're someone that has a website already, I'll be teaching you how you can add cool apps and features to your website and just make the most of vibe coding. So let's get started. What is vibe coding? Have you ever asked AI to generate words or images for you? You can generate an image without being a designer or generate an article without being a writer. Well, vibe coding is the equivalent of this, but for coding. Whether you're a technical or a non-technical individual, you can make vibe coding work for you. And the best part is that vibe coding is for anyone and everyone. It's simply the practice of using AI to generate computer code by describing what you want and watching AI generate the code in front of your eyes. You can use it to build apps and websites, build administrative tools like budget trackers, or even use it for visualizing ideas. With vibe coding, preparation is key. This will save you time in the long run and help you get better results and get them quicker. I'm going to talk you through some easy steps to get you started. The first step is identifying the problem you want to solve. This gives you a clear goal. Now, let me give you a case study. Let's say you want to create a budget tracker for yourself or your customer. What you're going to do is first determine the scope of your tracker. What this means is that you'll determine what kind of variables you want to track. Is it your income, your expenses, taxes, or even your savings goal? At this point, you can even decide what you want the app to feature and how you want it to feel when you use it. You can decide if you want a simple dashboard or a complex one. And you can also decide whether or not you want notifications. Do you want your tracker to be able to make predictions rather than just recording for you? You can train your app to forecast how much you will spend the coming months based on your past data. You can train your app to let you know when your cash flow might dip. Your app can now let you know what categories drain your profit the most. With vibe coding, this is all possible. So think about every possible variable and scenario you might need and write this down in a document called a product requirements document. You can feed this into your AI and it will be able to reference back to it. And don't worry, you can always bolt on new features in the future if new requirements arise. The next step is picking a vibe coding tool. Popular and well-trusted tools include Base44, Replit, Lovable, and Hostinger Horizons. Most of these have free trials, so test them out and read user reviews to see which ones you get on best with before committing to one. Once you've chosen a platform, it's time for the most exciting part. It's the first step into creation. It's time to start your very first project. To do this, simply open your chosen tool and click Create New Project. But one suggestion I have is to play around with a test project before starting on your big idea. This will give you the opportunity to make some mistakes and learn the ins and outs of vibe coding without any real jeopardy. When you're ready to start with your big project or idea, you'll want to start by crafting a clear prompt. Type out what you want the AI to build, but be as clear and concise as possible. Use simple and direct language. The key is to strike the right balance and to be detailed without overcomplicating your instruction. A tip is to divide up your prompts and not overwhelm the AI with too many instructions. For example, if you want your AI to help you create a shipping rate calculator that you can add to your online store based on their location, then start with the simple version just with standard shipping. You can later tell your AI to let customers be able to choose if they want a standard or express shipping once the calculator is working to your satisfaction. The next step is to now sit back and watch the magic happen. I would say that this part requires patience, as there might be a few minutes of waiting. While you wait, rest assured that your AI assistant is busy writing the code for your application. Make a cup of tea and think about what the next prompt or requirement might be once it's finished its current task. And while you're making that cuppa, consider subscribing to the Website Builder Expert YouTube channel. We have tons of resources for budding entrepreneurs and small business owners. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a comment below. Once it's generated a working output, it's time to test it. It's important to test your product or app rigorously after every prompt. For example, if you've just asked your AI to add a new feature, it's important you browse through the other features of your app to make sure they all still work as they should do. This is because many vibe coding platforms will code holistically, so adding new features can affect code in the rest of the app or product. The next step is to refine. Ask the AI to change anything that doesn't work or look the way you want. This step is a real-time conversational feedback process. Refine the output until you are happy with what you want. Be very specific. For example, if you want to change the color of something, give the AI the specific hex code of the color that you want to use. And before I forget, there's one thing you need to note. If you are in a free plan, this is usually the time where your credits can get burnt up. So please keep an eye on your credit limit as you give the AI your prompts and feedback. This is where you'll want to really strike the balance of including as much detail in each prompt as possible without overcomplicating things and confusing the AI. Once you're happy with the way your product works and looks, it's worth just spending a little bit of time thinking about security. Does your product or app contain any sensitive data or information about your business or customers? If so, then I'd recommend that you hire a developer to review your application before you put it out into the world, or spend some time doing as much research as possible on securing your app. Many vibe coding platforms include robust security features, so if you're creating something that will be handling sensitive data, then it's worth choosing a platform that scores highly for security. The final step is to publish. Congratulations for coming this far and getting to this stage. Consider testing the product with a small number of customers and collecting some feedback before pushing it out into the wider world. And it's important to check in with your product regularly to make sure everything's working as it should do. Now, I want to share some of my own tips and tricks that might help you on your journey. If you want to be able to code without frustrations, then these easy tips are for you. The first thing, of course, is keeping it simple. I know you've heard me say this a million times. This is because I want you to understand how important it is to keep your prompts as simple as possible. To minimize the chances of AI making incorrect assumptions, please use tangible examples in your prompts and be sure to include details you think are essential to the project. Another tip to get started is to watch out for limited credit allowances on free plans. Vibe coding platforms tend to use a credits system where different actions use up a different amount of credits. Free plans come with a low number of credits, limiting how much you can do on them each day. For example, Lovable gives you 5 daily credits on its free version. While you should give your AI as many prompts as possible to get your desired result, please make sure you also keep an eye on your credit usage, since each message or AI action can eat up your credits, especially if you're using a free plan. This is why preparation is key. Know what the full scope of your project is before you start, because these credits can burn up quickly on some platforms, and your only option will be to purchase new credits or wait until the end of the day or even month when your free credits will renew. My next tip is for you to build in stages. The point of vibe coding is to have a conversational building experience. Your prompt doesn't have to include everything you need off the bat. You can break your project into pieces and ask the AI to tackle them one by one. That way you can feel like you're making positive, tangible progress. The last tip I want to give you is have fun. The whole point of vibe coding is the excitement of seeing your ideas come to life right in front of you. I know there's been a lot of information in this video, but I can't tell you how fun it is to have an idea in your head only to see it be a real life working product. And not only that, you can go from an idea to a product preview within 30 minutes. This is the future of digital product creation, and the best way to become an expert is to have fun with it. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have loads of videos and resources for budding entrepreneurs and small business owners. You'll find links to all the tools I mentioned in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.